What if I told you company that didn't exist 10 years ago is now on a track to make $20 billion this year and they're still losing money? Welcome back to the channel. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, GPT-4, DALL-E, has become the name in artificial intelligence. But here's the thing. Nobody is really talking about how does OpenAI actually make money. In 2025, OpenAI is projected to generate around $12 billion to $13 billion in revenue, possibly hitting a $20 billion in annual run rate by this year end. That's insane growth for a company that made just 28 million back in 2022. So today, let's break down OpenAI's entire business model and the latest 2025 news and their mind-blowing future plans. So let's get into it. OpenAI's revenue comes from three major sources. Let me explain each one. First up, and this is the big one, the API business. Think of OpenAI's API like a brain for rent. Companies pay OpenAI to use their AI models in their own apps. Here's how it works. Businesses pay a pay-per-token model. Tokens are basically chunks of text. The more you use, the more you pay. And this is massive. In 2025, OpenAI's API business alone is generating an estimated $8 billion to $10 billion annualized. And who is using it? Snapchat. It uses it for My AI chatbot. Morgan Stanley. It uses it for wealth management research. Then Instacart. It integrates it for shopping recommendations. Thousands of startups and enterprises worldwide are using this. And it's not just GPT model. OpenAI sells API access to GPT-4, GPT-4o, and text and reasoning. DALL-E for image generation, Whisper for speech to text, fine-tuning tools for custom AI models. So basically, if you have used AI-powered app recently, there's a good chance that OpenAI is quietly powering it behind the scenes. The second revenue model is ChatGPT subscription models. ChatGPT Plus, the $20 per month versions, that's just a start. OpenAI now offers ChatGPT Plus, $20 per month for individuals, ChatGPT Team, $25 to $30 per user or month, ChatGPT Enterprises for custom pricing, and for large organization, ChatGPT Pro, which is $200 per month for power users wanting maximum capability. In 2025, this subscription business is generating around $4 billion to $5 billion annualized, with millions of paying subscribers worldwide. And here's what interesting. While consumers pay $20 per month, enterprises are paying significantly for sometimes $10,000 per month for priority accesses, enhanced security, and admin controls. That's the real pricing power. Now let's talk about Microsoft partnership. This one is huge. Microsoft has invested over $13 billion into OpenAI. In return, they get exclusive rights to offer OpenAI models through Azure. OpenAI services integrations into products like Microsoft 365 Copilot, Bing Chat, and GitHub Copilot. And here's the deal. When enterprises use OpenAI models through Azure, revenue gets shared between Microsoft and OpenAI. Plus, Microsoft provides cloud computing credits, which is critical because AI training costs in billions. So it's a win-win situations for both. Microsoft gets cutting-edge AI power and their products, and OpenAI gets funding, distributions, and infrastructure. This partnership alone likely contributes in billions to OpenAI's total revenue cost. Alright, let's talk about what's happening right now in 2025. First, the numbers. OpenAI hit roughly $4.3 billion in revenue in just first half of 2025. They are targeting $20 billion in annual run rate by this year end. But this is important. They are operating at a loss. Why? Because AI is expensive in compute cost, R&D talent, it all adds up in billions in spending. Second, the product changes. OpenAI is simplifying their lineup instead of confusing model names. They are moving towards first is GPT 4.5 class for everyday use, and GPT 5 that is for advanced reasoning. Third is platform expansion. OpenAI is pushing hard into AI agents. Think autonomous. AI can browse code and complete complex tasks. They are also building an agent marketplace and new developer tools to become more than just a model company. They want to be an AI platform. Now, here's where things get really crazy. $1 trillion infrastructure. OpenAI isn't just building AI, they are building the infrastructure to power AI for decades. And their plans? Deploy 30 gigawatts of AI compute capacity. For context, that's more power than just some countries use. The estimated cost over $1.4 trillion. Sam Altman has said that they want to add 1 gigawatt for compute per week eventually. To fund this, OpenAI needs what they call hundreds of billions of revenue over the long term, and that's why growth is so critical right now. OpenAI's bigger vision. They don't just want to sell models, they want to own the entire stack. Custom chips for faster, cheaper AI, data centers for optimized for AI workloads, foundation models like GPT-5 and beyond, applications built on top, developer ecosystems with tools, marketplace and agents. Think of it like a AWS but with AI. And through all of this, OpenAI keeps emphasizing their mission, building safe AGI, artificial intelligence in general. That benefits humanity whether they achieve that. That's $1 trillion questions. So here's the bottom line. OpenAI isn't just a AI company. They're building a new kind of tech giant. One of the companies that combines cutting edge research, massive infrastructure, a platform business model. They're burning cash now, but if their bets pay off, we could be looking at one of the most valuable companies in history. If you found this breakdown valuable, smash that subscribe button. I drop weekly videos on AI, startup and future tech. Drop a comment below. And do you think OpenAI can hit $100 billion revenue, or will competitors catch up first? See you in the next one.